Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. I want to talk a little bit about this program because we're going in 2026. I've been doing this for quite a while. My content has not always been consistent. And part of the reason for that is I've had 6 different studios since I started this episode. A lot of changes in my life have made me move to different areas on the same island, but yet here we are now. I'm almost at followers, which is great. I think that's awesome. There's that many people that actually like to watch this program, so I'm excited about that. Now, I've been watching a few wine programs. They're talking about 20K followers last year. And, you know, there's some things I need to improve on, obviously, but I work full-time. I do this because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy helping people find good wines. I have a great community here. A lot of you local people, my local friends, I should say, follow me on this YouTube channel very loyally, and I really appreciate it. I get a lot of comments from my friends that come in the store, say they watched an episode that I did. I really appreciate that. I have a reputation in the store for helping people find great wines. I try to study people's palates and understand what they're looking for and try and help them find good wines. That's really what I'm all about. Not all about necessarily, I like to have followers. Of course, we all do. It makes us feel good, right? We're doing this. People are watching us. That makes you feel good. That's a feel-good thing to me. But as far as, I'm not, I suppose at some point I thought, well, I can make some money on YouTube. Well, they have some pretty strong rules, and that's okay. I have like I said, I have a full-time job. I'm very busy at that job, and this is a thing of passion for me. I like doing this. I like helping people find great wines. I like reviewing wines. And, wines are getting better now, so, you don't get as many, really bad wines. And I'll continue to try and put out more content and try to find interesting things to talk about, because I know I've gotten some suggestions. That David Rumlow, he suggested I'd find obscure varieties to do, and I did one on Lagrein. So, it's just, it's a creative thing. You have to really think, what am I going to do? What am I going to do different than everybody else? That's really what I am searching for. And sometimes, you just kind of get stuck. It's kind of like writer's block, so to speak. I get it every once in a while, especially with this program. Even though I'm surrounded by wine every day, I work in a really busy wine shop. I have a great assistant, Scott, who's come a long way over 10 years. I'm very proud of him and what he's become as a wine person. And I feel like I've helped him out in that respect. So, those kind of things are fun for me. I love that about the wine world. Yeah, we see a decline in wine drinking. There's a lot of reasons for that. I have my own reasons for that, and I've addressed it on this channel a couple times, but we're not going to go into that right now. What I'm going to do briefly is talk about my pick of the month, because every month at the store, in the front of my aisle, I place a stack of wine that Stan's pick for, well, this one would be for January. And the criteria for that pick of the month is, and actually Scott's gotten really good at this as well, is finding an 80% wine. In other words, I am fairly confident that 80% of the people who buy my pick of the month will like it. And I get a lot of good feedback from people. In fact, a lot of people come every month just to see what wine I've chosen for that month. The one I chose for this month, and what I'm really excited about, is that more locals, more of the people that shop at King's Market where I work, have started to really like Côte de Rhône. For a long time, I could not sell Côte de Rhône at the store. I had no reason. I couldn't understand why. I always talk about how the GSM blends, New World GSM blends, are a big hit. In fact, one of the fastest growing categories in the wine department that I work at. And yet, France has been doing them for years and years and years. Côte de Rhône is a GSM in most cases. In this particular one, which I've chosen as my pick of the month, which are normally under $15, because that's kind of the way I roll. This one's $14. This is a 2024 Bieler and family La Jazine Côte de Rhône Village, or villages. And this is 52% Grenache and 48% Syrah. And it rolls in at $14. So this is my pick of the month. The first month of 2026. I think I'm just going to do my pick of the month, at least at the start of each month. Why not? You guys need to know what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. And Côte d'Aron Village, or villages, as someone might say, indicates that this is probably a step or two up above just a regular Côte d'Aron. In other words, these are sourced from specific villages inside of the Rhone Valley, and they have to follow certain strict regulations to make a Côte d'Aron Village, and so there's a little bit more required to do this. What I like about Charles Bieler, this guy has more energy in his little finger I think I have in my whole body, is he tends to bring out really good value wines. He works with Charles Smith sometimes. They do a Smith and Smith. No, Charles and Charles. Sorry, got that one wrong. Charles and Charles wines. That's Charles Bieler and Charles Smith. So they work together as well. And this particular one, he focuses on the Rhone Valley in France. And he does a Côte d'Aron Village. I've had it in the past. He's changed the label quite a bit. I like the new label, actually. Cleaner, nicer label. So this is not, most of the time Côte d'Aron Villages are primarily Grenache. This is just 2% more Grenache and Syrah. So it'll be interesting to try it. Color on this. And I want to thank Bob and Kathy once again for the board. I got to work on doing this. But anyway, this is very dark. You can see through it. It's a reddish, really kind of in the reddish black area. Because it has more Syrah, Grenache can be a little bit less, not quite as dark as Syrah. So, but this one's, because it has so much Syrah, it's almost like a reddish purple. Really amazing. Let's see what we get on those. Get a little bit of that kind of just slight bacon fat. I'm getting some nice raspberry, blueberry notes and cherries all there on the nose. It's pretty aromatic, just saying. There's kind of a little bit of smokiness. I suppose that would be the bacon fatty thing. And then I also get a little bit of licorice on this one. So I like the nose on this. Let's see what we get on the palate. See, I tried this about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, and I said, yeah, this is going to be the pick of the month. Now, I know why I did it. This has just an amazing amount of fruit, very balanced. It's not a fruit bomb by any stretch, but good fruit, nice cherry, almost dark black raspberry notes, a little bit of cherry. That Syrah element comes through with that little bit of a smoky kind of bacon fat thing coming through, but it's not prominent. And then it has minerality on the finish, so that minerality kind of balances everything out. But it's not, it's not like crushed rock, heavy minerality, but just enough to balance it out. The licorice notes come through. The tannins are smooth, very approachable. I like that the blueberry notes come through right on the mid palate as well. I did new lighting here. I'm hoping it turns out all right. I now have an overhead light. Not to digress, but I'm hoping this turns out okay. Just nice intensity, nice flow across the palate, good balance, a little peppery element that comes through right on the back of the finish. And this finish lingers. Now guys, this is what I get excited about. This is a $14 Côte d'Aron Village that is stellar. I mean, we're talking stellar. I'm going to go straight up A. I think it's hard to find a wine that is $14 that gets that I give that kind of grade to, but this deserves it. It's well made, very balanced, good fruit with balanced by the minerality, and good, nice acidity, very balanced acidity. Yeah, that's a hit. I'd put that close to 90% myself. So straight up A, starting the new year with a great quote de Rome Village is my pick of the month. And my next episode, I already have it planned out, so I hope to do that soon, will be a comparison of Grenache from Spain, from Washington, and from, I believe, Spain, France, and Washington. That'll be fun. And I'll do it in a blind format, just see how they turn out. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day. Thank you for supporting this channel. If you haven't subscribed, please consider it. Help me get to that, whatever. I don't even want to pick a number. I just hope that I can gain more followers throughout the year. It just makes me feel good. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.